Hello and welcome everyone to a new edition of our live QA. We're going to start off strong because we're going to start off with technical difficulties. Um, Jay does not have access to his webcam, so he will only be with us in spirit, sadly. But he is with us in spirit. And other than that,
Hello.
yeah. I realised why I thought
Hello
it
and
wasn't working.
welcome
everyone
to
to a new
But we're good.
edition of our live Q.
I have YouTube open and I'm not hearing any audio.
Yeah, it comes out. You'll hear it in a second. God, I look tired.
Okay.
I really need to get like some proper lighting in here because I always look like a vampire. He will only be with us in spirit, sadly. But he is. Anyway, and other than that,
Hello.
anyway,
I'm just waiting for the audio to start in YouTube because you've been talking for a hot minute. Oop, something froze.
Yeah, it comes out. You'll hear it in a second. Yeah, I'm still having this issue where it freezes depending on what I'm alt tabbed on. I always look like a vampire. If I can do, hold on. So I'm trying to figure. I can't remember what triggers it. Anyway,
I'm just waiting for the audio to start in YouTube because you've been talking for a hot minute. Oop, something froze.
okay, okay. I think we're good.
You're sure? I'm still not hearing anything in YouTube.
You're not hearing anything. Are you muted?
Yeah.
Hold on. So I'm trying to figure.
No, no.
What triggers it?
Or am I just being stupid? Oh, okay. All does. Okay, so it's just me.
Yeah, I can definitely. But I can hear
You
echo
can hear it
actually. Yeah,
twice.
we can hear a bit of echo from you.
Oh, sorry. I think. Yeah. No, no. I have no idea.
Bah. I guess.
Okay, I closed YouTube just to be sure. Maybe it was.
Ooh, I'm frozen again. I need to figure this out. Like.
So everyone can tick off technical difficulties in in the bingo cards.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do here. I'm trying to figure out. Like, it seems just stuck. It now, like, my image only moves when I'm alt tabbed. I can't actually like be on any window. Oh, okay, this is working. Anyway, right. Enough time wasting. Jay is having webcam issues, so well, he forgot it, so he's going to be with us purely like this today. But I will bless you with my presence as always. And yeah, there are a lot of questions, very interesting questions that were asked, so we'll go through them. I guess just after Jay perhaps can show us everything he's got in store for 1.19. Does that sound good?
Sounds good for me.
Cool. Right. Boom. Showcase.
Okay. So 1.19, last big update of the year, should come out sometime next week. Includes what was voted on the community vote, last community vote, where if I go into a character, let's take a absolutely random character, the man, the legend's Adam Morley, and let's give him a connection to Copper Owls. He is the High Priest. And we have two new fields. Membership status, we can say active member, inactive member, unknown status, if you want to leave it as a surprise for your players. If it's just hearsay that they know someone's a member of organization X or Y, and you can make it unknown status. For this case, we'll make it inactive. And pinned, there's a new option to pin it on the character, organization, or both. So I'll click it on both, and we see here is the pin status, the star on both. The role being inactive, there's a small user with a slash in front. If I go on, didn't want to go on location. If I go on Copper Owls, I see now here in the pins the High Priest Adam Morley. And if I go to Adam Morley, he has High Priest for the Copper Owls. So that's the big new feature. If I go and edit now, this to be just a character and show him his unknown status. On the copper arms, we no longer have it in his pins, and the role is now a question mark. The pin is just a character. If we go back to Adam Morley, he is still the High Priest of the Copper Owls. That's the big new feature of
Nice.
1.19, which which we have requested over and over again over the past year or so. Other changes and improvements. Let me quickly open the blog in another window. Oh, I'm using a computer you don't usually use. I'm not logged in. Try and remember what are the
No worries, take your
new
time.
features.
So I will entertain you. About 7 minutes before the stream started, I was pestering that it was too difficult for me to handle it because of the way my screen was. So I went to get a separate screen and plugged it in, and I've got two screens. And I did that 6 minutes before the stream started. So Jay, take your time.
Oh yes, another few nice things which I can show in public campaigns. There is now, this is the QA server, so don't worry about the values you see, but there's now a featured reason text. So if a campaign is featured for a specific reason, we can say why, which can be, for example, a community vote, a community event, world building prompt. We also have a way of setting it so it's like for a month or two, so I have less work to do to make sure this list is always up to date. Small things, but if I go back on a character and give it new post, let's make a back or plot and go, this is the big plot. Oh, I shouldn't type too much because this microphone might be catching everything. If I go and put it as visibility admin, my entity nodes now have a property. Let me show this in the doc. So this entity node has a new date visibility admin property. So you can now target with CSS for boosted campaign anything with data visibility admin and give it a special look. So if I not quick links, if I go under the campaign theming to admin post. I'm on a Windows machine and keyboard. I don't remember how it goes. Data visibility admin, something like this. Doing live CSS probably wasn't my smartest idea right now. Let's just give it a background. Purple. That seems just about right. Go back on Adam Morley. Yes, so now this, well, I can now make all of my posts, which are only visible for the admin, and give them a special layout in my CSS. So that should allow for some cool things. And the same idea has been added to pins. If I go back and inspect these pins, they also now have a am I mistaken? Ah, okay. Here. It has a data visibility OR. So if I make this pinned relation only visible to admins, it would also have a data visibility admin field. And same idea for attributes. If an attribute were to be private, it would get a data private equals 0 if it's not private and 1 if it is private. So again, just allowing a CSS wizards to do more fun stuff.
Good stuff.
And yeah, there's a few more other things, but it's a small update because yeah, I haven't. It's the end of the year. Like a huge update is a database update, which can potentially wreak havoc. So that will be nerve-wracking to make sure it doesn't. Um,
Make
like
sure you
most of
have
the efforts were,
copies of
yeah,
everything.
yeah, I'll probably push the release just after the server backup.
Yeah, fair. Cool. Cool, cool,
And
cool.
yeah, that's it for new features for 1.19, basically.
If anyone has any questions about the features, feel free to go ahead. Otherwise, we're probably going to just start replying to the questions that were asked in advance to kind of fill in the space. Does that sound good, Jay?
Yep. Sorry, was reading Discord, was not paying attention.
Perfect. Pay attention. It's okay. You know what? Actually, like, I'm really glad I have these two screens set up. It's making this a lot easier. Anyway, uh, I think the first big question really comes from Jacob, and he's asking what the plans are for 2022. But I think his second question is probably the one we want to start with, which is, did we do everything we set out to do at the beginning of the year? Because I think it's probably more interesting to recap before we start thinking about what we're thinking of next, if that makes sense. So, yeah, Jay, did we do everything we set out to do?
Nope.
No.
Whoops, I just knocked over a bottle, so about that. No. At the beginning of this year, between the two of us, we set out a couple of things we wanted to achieve in the first half of 2021, and yeah, several of those still are not done.
Yeah.
Um,
But then on the flip side, we got things done that we didn't think we
and we
would.
didn't, yeah, definitely.
So I think, I mean, I guess that, and that's also going to, translate into the answer for what we see for 2022. We always start with a vague idea, what we want and the journey that we want to take for the next 6 months, 8 months, 12 months, whatever. But a lot of things just don't work out or work out in unexpected ways. Um, this actually also ties into. I think it's interesting to talk about these together. Sorry, I'm kind of mixing all these questions together. But Ornstein was asking what sort of a happy accident or pleasant surprise that you had or got done this year. And I think I don't know what your answer would be, Jay, but for me would be Rick. So the person we've been working with for our design, for our new designs, as you guys have seen, and you will hopefully continue to see updates, because that's not something we predicted at all. That's not something necessarily that was on our radar, and it's working out so well for us. So it's always a bit, like did we do everything we set out to do? No, but I would say that we did, in terms of quantity, at least as much as we set out to do, just not in the same ways.
Mhm.
That was a long-winded answer. Sorry.
So I'm trying to make you. I'm technical difficulties. Trying to make you less loud in my headphones because when I click my button for the volume, it's not doing it.
Sorry.
How can I make you less loud in just Discord?
You right-click on my portrait.
Thank you. Can you say something?
Yes, I can.
Okay, that should fix some of the echo issues. Okay. The question was something
So I guess
which
that there are
happened.
three
Happy
questions in
accidents.
total, and I've started answering two. Happy accident over the course of the year. Did we do everything we set out to do, and what we're thinking for 2022?
Yeah. So yeah, like I said before, for the things we set out to do, we didn't manage everything, but we did others instead, which was nice. I think for me the biggest was just to make sure that Kanka continued growing from the financial side, where it's sustainable for us to continue working on it, because that was the big question. Like we had a time frame.
True.
Um, we said we need to be making so much a month to survive. Um, and we've both had savings, but there was still a limit to how much we could dig into those. And Kanka is now at a point where I think we both feel like, okay, this is working.
Yeah.
So that was, and that we hit that number in the summer,
Yep.
which was a bit later than we anticipated a year and a half or 2 years ago when we both
Yeah. God. Two
decided to go
years.
full time on Kanka. But that was probably the biggest thing for me, seeing, okay, this is working. This isn't just a hobby project.
Yeah.
This is actual. Um, I can work on Kanka and pay my bills at the end of the month.
That's a good
Um,
point.
so that's for me the
I guess yeah.
like
Like our outlook on Kanka has like now that you mention it, it's like it's a change in the way I see Kanka. Not a good or bad. Well, I guess in a good way, but yeah, there's no longer that stress of will it work. It's about how far can we take it.
yeah. Now it's no longer, yeah, like you say, will it work? Can we actually do this? And now the question is, what are the limits? How far can we
Yeah,
shoot?
and that ties into what we're going to do next year. and, what are the plans for Kanka in 2022?
Um,
We've not really discussed
we
this.
haven't. Yeah, that's usually
No.
something we do in January-ish.
Yeah.
Um, like we've thrown a few ideas around.
I think
Um,
what we can be reasonably sure to see, of course, new features as time progresses. We are continuing the work when it comes to redoing the interface. So I think it'd be fair to say that we hope to have that finished by the end of next year. Um,
yeah,
it's we're changing little bits. I think can we say what we've decided? Well, actually, it was polled, wasn't it? So
yeah,
it's going to be lists. We're going to be reworking lists next, and then we're going to work onto dashboards, and then we'll see. So yeah, I think that's one thing you can look forward to in 2022. Um, but other than that, we've
yeah,
not really discussed much. I guess.
yeah,
Well, actually, that's the other thing we have discussed a fair amount. Sorry, Jay, I keep interjecting. Is merch because I see it mentioned. We do want like merch to be something fun. I think. I mean, we are looking for a designer that would help us create more interesting merch. So it's not just your standard. I mean, of course, I think that the IP that we have is actually quite aesthetically pleasing, and I think we can build upon that basically. So yeah, merch is possibly something else you'll see more of.
hopefully, yeah.
Hopefully,
To quickly answer Jacob's question, by list we mean like when you see a list of these characters or your locations. These are the lists we're going to rework to make these like one of the I want to make filters easier. Excuse me, losing my voice. Too much mulled wine. Filters, like redo these buttons, make the filters a bit easier to use, put them up in the main fields that people are using in advanced filters. Um, get rid of the idea of nested and non-nested views. Just go everything is nested that's the only option. And just change the information here, how it's presented. Just make it more appealing to explore a campaign.
yeah, yeah. So that, as I say, that's probably going to be the next thing, and then dashboards. Um,
Yeah.
okay, Caroline poses a question. How does it feel to have merchandising? Do you feel it's something you'll expand? Well, I guess I just kind of answered that. I don't know how much of a delay there is. Um, I think I see merchandising to a certain extent as a responsibility, um, because the idea is to get something out there that's interesting, right? I don't want to. Well, I don't want Kenka to just we're not boring in other fields. I don't want us to be boring in this field, right? So, like, we go back to what I was mentioning a minute ago. I do want to push, more designers to design stuff for Kanka, make the merchandising more appealing itself, just expand on what we already have. And so, yeah, going once again, this is something we're looking to expand. This is something we want to build up. But I don't want to do it the wrong way. I don't want to just like shove memes down people's face. The idea will be to promote cool artwork, I think. That's the shape I see it taking. So anyway, enough on that. Follow-up question: will we see Rick on a live stream? That's not really up to us. We could ask him.
Yeah, we could. The community should be nice and doesn't bite.
Yeah. We could maybe sort that out for January or February. See when he's free. Cool. If we keep moving on, do we have plans for community events in the coming year? Any new formats? Do you want to talk us through what we discussed, Jay?
Yeah, we discussed a few things. Haven't decided anything. Like we don't have a list, but one of the things I want to do is change it from community. Oh, sorry, community votes or community events.
Sorry?
Which one did you? Community events. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So one thing is changing their name to world building prompts, so there's no longer that confusion, because they are ultimately world building prompts. And just to split up again, community, just go away from that's naming to make it more clear what these are. We want them to go down to one a month to get. We realize we 2 a month we're just not getting enough traction. And it is work on our end. And we'll have fun reading the entries, but yeah, it's
1 a month seems more doable. Also, we want to compensate that by sort of upping the ante when it comes to prizes, and we tie this back into merch, which is that winners will get coupons.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jay, I took over.
No worries. So my mind blanked. What did you say? Did you say about? I heard we want coupon.
Yes, for winners.
Yeah.
Of the events.
For the merch.
Yes,
the
exactly.
Loot. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
That's the problem of listening to you and trying to read the questions at the same time and thinking of an answer.
Don't worry about the questions. Let me do it.
Okay. So yeah, hopefully because we thought a long time, how can we make them the winning more appealing, and like giving a booster for a month just seems. Yeah, most people who participate have a boosted campaign, and we don't want to kind of make it useless for boosted campaigns, but also for those who haven't, to just have a boost for a month, and it gets messy with the code. So instead, building a coupon system for the merch store just seems the easiest way we can get people like more excited about winning something.
Yeah. Ultimately, we hope that a bit better of a prize will bring more people. There's another question regarding things that have been on next on Trello for a while. Are we keeping them aside for next time we have an intern? Or are these things that are coming soon? Talk us through this, Jay.
The Trello board is a bit of a mess. It's a mix of tickets that Yanis worked on, a bit was planned to work on, and there are tickets where like concept ideas for me, for research, for actually doing stuff. There's tickets where like the marketplace backlog, where it's its own Trello board inside the tickets. It's not very organized, so answers would be on a ticket by ticket basis. And I'm not logged in on Trello on this computer, but let me quickly open my phone to see if I can just give a quick rundown. Trello. Yeah, okay, it's gotten better. I cleaned up part of it. Some of the tickets I sent back. Um, yeah, I need to clean up some of these things. These tickets are just things I would love to do in 2021, and I'll probably end up doing them in 2022. And also, yeah, depends on what I'm inspired to work on. I'll sometimes put tickets in the next in the Trello for next stuff to work on, and then just never get around to it because I'm not quite sure how to implement the feature or what exactly the feature is. So yeah, that's a very long way to say it depends on the ticket.
I hope that was helpful. Um,
A lot of the tickets related in the Trello related to automated testing are depending on my database refactoring, which will the last part of those will go live next week or 1.19. Just a little tidbit of information. But yeah, we can go to the next.
cool. Next questions are also kind of related. I think we're running out of the really deep questions, and we're going to move on to a bit more light-hearted stuff. The coolest entry we read this year. I guess it'd be related to an event.
Yes.
I don't remember the name of it, but I'm gonna look for it. If I alt tab. Oh whoa.
Kanka.
Woe is me. There we go. Yeah, show me a few of the past entries.
So at the moment we have unusual monsters going on. We have famous battles, which we know. I haven't read the entries yet and haven't sent them to Karen Ampos yet. So that's on me why there's no winner yet for the famous battles one. Describe the location. There were silly illegal things, which was the flop. Bedtime stories. There were some nice entries. Powered by the shadows. There was some really
Yeah, there were some
creative
really good
world
ones
building.
there. Show me what? Yeah, what was the winner there?
Ornstein with his crazy DNM submission,
What were the other
which
two?
was Voldu and
Sh-
Asterderpol.
Show me. And the other one. There was one I can't remember.
Oh, this one was the long one. It was also full of lore and world building.
This one was probably the most complete I read.
Mm-hmm.
But there was one I can't remember. It was about someone who people think is a vampire. I can't remember.
Terran Forces? Oh, no, someone who was a vampire. That was a story about love. I think that was last year.
Was it?
A Tale of Love. That was. Oh, no, that's February. No, we started these events September, October, and we forgot about them for 4 months. And then start again. Yeah, Tale of Love was this year, and it was Hellion King, I think. Yeah, who had the vampire stuff
No,
with
no, no, no.
Jonathan.
Like someone
No?
is. How was it? Like illnesses? Did we do one on curses or illnesses?
Yes. Oops, closed too many windows. Cursed items was the winner doesn't exist anymore. That was when Keep
Oh yeah, yeah, okay.
won.
And those two.
Jacob
Sorry, I'm
suggestion
making Jay do all this because I don't have. I can't alt tab.
in conspiracy theories.
Oh, maybe
Jacob.
it was a conspiracy theory.
I think yeah, this was with the Vam. No.
What were the other two?
Okay, everyone's in Discord and in YouTube saying Jacob's entry. But yeah, this was apparently the one you're thinking of.
Hold on.
Shortly before the passing of the last
Go
childless
down.
sovereign. The bite marks, yeah.
Yeah, this was it. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, Jacob saying it was not a real vampire, it was just a conspiracy.
Exactly. That's the one. Yeah. That was my favorite. That's my favorite read this year. Congrats, Jacob. Sorry, that was very long.
No, it's good. I honestly don't remember all of the entries because I have terrible memory. I mean, I enjoy reading all of these. Wasn't interesting inventions which had something really frailing. Yeah, they had the chip thingy. Ah. Oops. Why is my mouse scrolly? Why is my
There we go.
mouse now
Yeah.
doing scroll?
Anyway, I think that actually brings us close to the end of the questions. Unless something else comes up.
We've already went for everything. There was also a question from yes, from Beef. Obligatory Kankapi question.
Oh.
If you were to add a new Kankapi emoji right now, what would it be? So I replied in Discord that I knew which one because I had one I wanted to ask Orn to do the other day, and now of course I'm blanking. This is
What's the coolest entry you wrote this year?
okay. You'll just see. The
That's the
coolest
next
entry.
question.
Yeah, I looked, and the ones I could remember, I wrote last year at the because I haven't really played much this year. So the only games I really had this year was it Sunglasses Kankapi? No, the Susie one. I think it was something about Kankapi with poop because of another Discord channel. But I won't grace you with.
Okay.
There's a weird face going on in this community. But to answer the question, yeah, the only games I really had I only did any world building this year for my Tales of Everywhere for 4 sessions, Elder's Rest, where I had the chance, where I had fun building. Go back to my Kanka, where I got to build a cool character. I have to go back to my campaign. Cedric Lamb. Well, of course, he was the main NPC, and I didn't write anything in Kanka, so I guess that doesn't count. I haven't done much writing in Kanka this year.
Yeah. Me neither. Yeah.
Ornstein is absolutely not doing the Kampoopy.
Yeah. There wasn't much world building done this year. Sadly.
Yeah. Well, I have done a bit for the new campaign I'm starting, where we still have to talk, you and I, because you're a player in that first time you're playing in the campaign.
I am.
Um,
I'm looking forward to it, actually. It'll be fun.
Yeah. I am a bit scared for you, seeing the other people have gone balls deep in character concepts and trauma and memes, and it will be glorious.
I'm sure it will be.
So yeah, sadly I haven't. Yeah, as I said, I haven't done much writing in Kanka itself this year. So a month ago, I went and added gender to 1,000 NPCs. Well, not 1,000 NPCs, only 500 NPCs, but I went up and fixed a lot of NPCs, adding locations, gender, if they're dead, all sorts of fun stuff. But otherwise, yeah, this year has been pretty tame world building wise. Oh, I guess I did do something for the new campaign. Oh, I have to stop scrolling everywhere. Dame, where I was like thinking of a political system and a tribal, like thinking Vikings but with horses, so mixing like Mongol and Viking stuff. So I had a bit of fun thinking of names of titles, but that's about it.
Cool. I think that brings us to the end, really.
Yep. Oh yeah, Waldo says related to the new campaign. I'm going to run for you guys.
Yeah.
Just for future reference, Oris, which is played by Beef Potato, already lost a foot. What do you think we'll do to you? Well, to be fair, I was the one who took Oris' foot away and then decided that you've all indulged in cannibalism and eating your comrade's foot. And we don't need to go into deeper details. Ornstein comes with a shitpost, top 10 calendar features. So the nicest feature for calendars is obviously the ability to delete them. So if I go in my Italian and I go delete, that's the nicest one. You can't see my face sadly, but I'm smiling. Second nicest one, you can what can you do? You can edit it and make it private so your players don't know about it and don't ask questions about it. Oh, no, third nicest feature, easy. Go into your world, go into your modules, and calendars, disable. So, yeah, top three, easy. Um, yeah, Cynthia, everyone loves calendars except the people who have to build them.
Yeah.
Boldu asking also questions in Discord. Does Twitch work? You know the answer. You don't even need to click.
I think we've given up on Twitch, honestly. Well, I
Yeah,
have.
yeah. Once I have a my setup in like an actual live streaming computer in my new home, maybe I'll try and fix it and figure out what needs to be fixed. But in the meantime, yeah, if for some reason it just doesn't want to. It tells us in the interface that it's sending the data to Twitch, but then you go on Twitch and it just says live, but without connection or something stupid.
So yeah.
While there's a lull in the conversation, everyone head over to loot.kanka.io to get your beautiful t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, Happy Apparel. Some lucky users have already received their t-shirts today, so we had
We'll be posting that later this week.
Carol Ampos received his Viven t-shirts today, and it looks absolutely fantastic. But that's probably mostly on Carol Ampos. He is a stunning man. But the t-shirt is also cool.
I'm not going to save you there.
We'll get a cool mug so you can drink world building Kanka juice every morning to create your creative flows. I need to write this stuff down, and we should make merch related to your world building brew. Kind of make it look nice and stuff. Or if you want to confuse people, Kankappy shirt. What Kankappy are you today? Asking the real questions. There is an actual question. If you disable calendars in the modules, you can't use them in the campaign. Am I right? Correct. If you disable calendars, I can show you what happens in my campaign. World modules, calendars. If I disable it, there's no longer a calendar option in the world. And if I go on, for example, quests, which usually have a calendar day. Okay, well, this doesn't work properly. But theoretically, this field would disappear. And also, if I go on the actual quest, the reminders submenu has disappeared, so that works. Let me have a go back and activate it, because as much as I like to joke on calendars being useless, they are nice to look at. Beef potato. Do we need to add much to bingo? I was the one who made the bingo cards for TFV, and I'm not sure if I made them for. I think I made the bingo cards. I can edit the bingo cards for the live stream. I think Keep made the first one, and then I expanded on it, but I could be wrong. What happens if you have a menu link to an entity that belongs to a disabled entity? The menu link will still, the quick link will still appear, beef potato. There's no smart logic on what appears in the quick links. If there's a quick link pointing to something, it will usually appear, even if that something is disabled in the campaign through the modules. If I go and disable characters, deity and god still exists, and it still works. Oh yes, because it just hides it. It doesn't disable the whole feature. It just hides some of the information. But why would you want to disable characters? I don't know. Probably interesting to look at stats if someone's actually disabled characters in their campaign.
That would seem a bit extreme.
Yeah. Oh. Which reminds me, a year ago during the live stream, when asking what we want to do for 2021, I think we, because this has been in the backlog for years now, renaming the races module to something more
oh yeah,
up to date. And we just like we asked some of our users, and like there was no consensus made. So it was just like
yeah.
that's something we eventually need to.
We'll get around to it at some point.
Yeah. Also, while we're waiting for potential questions, don't forget to, at the bottom of every page, go to events, community events, and participate in the event Unusual Monsters. You haven't told the end of the month, but yeah, we don't need to tell you that the end of the year is usually a busy time, so writing might be restrained. So go and tell us about unusual monsters of your world. Do you have a I'm blanking out. I thought I posted examples in this text and just wanted to read from it. But yeah, tell us about your monsters, and maybe you'll be one of the first people to have a featured campaign in 2022.
Nice. I actually think we've pretty much covered everything.
The rest is meme questions in Discord, which we shall promptly ignore.
As always. So
Jacob
yeah,
also wanting to give me a heart attack with write the code to make every single site page thing's name changeable. Yep. And then you'll have in German, instead of their Familie, you'll have their Clan, and it'll just be all kinds of gendered hell.
well, you said you found a way to potentially do it. I remember you saying this to me a few months ago.
I said that in private. Don't repeat what I said in private.
Throwing you under the bus. Anyway, on that on that, we will probably end it here. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, this has been a fun year. Looking forward to more crazy stuff going on in 2022.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for being on this ride with us. And I mean, it's always pretty much the same usual suspects who come chill, and we appreciate having you here.
yeah, absolutely. We'll probably have more in January's live stream. We'll talk more about our plans for 2022.
Yeah, yeah. We'll have had more time to discuss them as well by then.
All right, that was
Cool.
a prolonged awkward silence.
Yeah.
So an extra bingo card you can check out. You can click. So yeah,
Thanks
thanks
all
for
for tuning
joining.
in.
Take care.
I'm gonna cut it out here.
Enjoy the end of the year holidays for those who celebrate. For those who don't, good luck with all the food.
Cool. Bye.
Bye.